All right, I just wanted to kind of make this video to talk about some of my thoughts on like the current competitive Minecraft scene. Because in the past, I've watched like a lot of different games, like Valorant, Fortnite, and they all have like kind of their own um, competitive scene in a way. Like with Valorant and everything, there's a bunch of like different competitive teams and all of that. And same with Fortnite, and there's just these huge competitions. And ever since I was like a little kid, I've always wanted to play in one. But from what I've seen, there's like Minecraft was the one game that I actually had that I felt like I was pretty good at. So I was always wondering like there's no kind of competitive scene for Minecraft that I found really. I did compete in a Castle Wars tournament last week, which is basically like a pot 5v5 tournament. Um, my team managed to get second, which was actually really cool. Like the idea was really fun, but the thing is, um, first of all, like obviously, like I'm not complaining about the prizes. Like we won, I think 30 USD. But the thing is, like in all of these other like big scenes, like Valorant, Fortnite, like I mentioned, there's like hundreds of thousands of dollars to kind of be won and earned. But that largest that I've seen on Minecraft would probably be like $1,000 plus, and that's just for like YouTuber tournaments, not really like competitive Minecraft or anything like that. And there's also like MCCI, but then again, it's also that one's also just YouTubers playing. It's like all of that. So I think like a main reason for this is because at some point there's like kind of just like a point where tournament organizers don't really want to do anything because there's always going to be some sort of like hate, I guess, or kind of like disagreement on how it should be run. So I think that's like one of the major reasons because of the toxicity. And also the scene isn't really like active anymore. Like you see all these players, but it's not really nobody. I feel like nobody would really want to try that much at first, or nobody's really committed to putting that much money into something. Like there's no organizations, I guess popular esports organizations on Minecraft, like NRG, um, let's say like Phase, any of that, which I guess is pretty self-explanatory, but like it's just kind of weird to see a game as big as Minecraft. But like a factor to that also could just be the fact that Minecraft is a pretty diverse game. Like in Fortnite, obviously, the main thing to do is competitively play games, the battle royale factor. Same with Valorant, like winning games and all of that. And like in Minecraft, there's so much that you can do though. Like the speedrunning scene has been pretty active in the past few months I've seen. So like PvP kind of just like it is a big scene, I'd say. Um, but it's not like completely dominant over the entirety of Minecraft. And I think one of the factors that also goes into this is like a lot of people aren't really are like kind of losing focus on Minecraft because of the lack of like interesting new content, I guess. Like when you look at something like the new updates, like there's not really that much actual content except for adding like new weapons, which I guess do contribute to the PvP scene. Like the spear and the mace was also added like relatively recently, but I don't think it really adds much to the actual game. It's not like people are coming back to the game for just like that kind of stuff, right? Like you see all of these huge updates to games like Fortnite, and there's a ton of new content. People are coming back. They brought back the OG season a couple of times. That brought back a lot of players. But like, I feel like that's just not really what would happen with Minecraft. Like, there's not really continuity aspect of it. And like, competitive Minecraft hasn't really changed in a while. Like, it's just been all the same with like the tier list and all of that. Um, I know that there is PvP ranked coming, but then again, like it's been in the works for a while, and I also don't think that will like solve the problem or anything like that. Like, sure, it could definitely be interesting to see, but it's not like solving the problem of competitive Minecraft. It's just kind of adding a new way to play it. I guess it does remove bias from things like tier testers and all that, but but yeah, like I was saying, it doesn't really make sense to add something like that when like I don't think that's the main problem. Like people also just don't really want to play at some point because of how repetitive it is. Like you just keep fighting for the same rank with like no really reward. Unless you want to become something like a PvP trainer, which I think high tier or low tier 2 and above players can become, when they can apply if they're low tier 2 and above. But that's like the only real way to get some sort of like, I guess, earnings or benefit out of playing that good at, unless like you want to show off that you're like really good at Minecraft. But then again, like that's not, as when you say something like that, I feel like it's not impactful as something like, say if you're like a pro Fortnite player with like a lot of earnings, like that would be a lot more impactful if you said that to somebody. They might think, oh well, that's pretty cool, but in reality, out about something with Minecraft, like people aren't really gonna care. They might not even know what the Minecraft PvP scene is, right? Because it's just not even that popular, I guess. But then I think like another factor, just like adding on to all of this, is that the PvP community doesn't really know what it wants, I guess, in a sort of way. Like you have a lot of people saying they want this new type of game mode, with like elo and all of that. But there's also a lot of people saying that they like this old system and that people are just trying to change it because it benefits them. So that's just kind of like, you don't really know, because a lot of people want to switch, but a lot of people also don't. And the thing was like with that, who knows how many people are like doing stuff like cheating. I assume there's like good anti-cheat and all of that, but like that just opens the opportunity, because it's not like, it puts it into the player's hands to do the reports. Like there's no testers or anything that might be able to easily identify something like that. But then again, like I said earlier, there is a lot of problems with testers. Like they could be cheating, but since they're in like a form of authority like that of being a tester, like you don't really want to report them. Like I know when I started playing and doing getting tier tested and all of that, like I would, if I saw my tester doing something, I would probably not say anything. Like if I thought they were cheating, I probably wouldn't even make a report, like say anything. And like there's just a lot of like bias, because when you're in a situation like that, like starting on the PvP scene, you don't really know what's like right, like the rules, right? Like I had a axe test where a round was um not counted because the tester dropped their own axe, which I just thought was kind of odd. I still don't know if that's if that can be rolled back, because the tester rolled back the round because they dropped their own axe. So I still don't know if you're allowed to do that. But then again, yeah, like I said, I didn't say anything because I didn't really know at the time or even now, because like there's so many rules that are kind of just like they're meant to be implied, but you don't even really know. So yeah, just kind of circling back, those are kind of just my thoughts on like the Minecraft um, competitive scene. I know there's a lot of new competitive stuff with the speedrunning, like I said earlier. But yeah, I definitely want to see some sort of um, like tournament style, I guess, um, with like actual like beneficial rewards, not just like, I don't know, participation or something like that. I get that also, but as some sort, like you kind of want to see something that's like, I guess, impactful, or like will actually people will like actually want to play, will actually put effort into winning. And I know people actually do as well, but like obviously there's more on the line with something like a big tournament like the Fortnite World Cup. That was insane. Like people spend hours a day on the game just grinding out to qualify for that. And even when they qualified, I think they got $50,000 for just qualifying, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts on the current state of the comp scene. Uh, we'll see what happens. But yeah, in the past year, I have actually seen a lot of like improvement. I'd say, like there's a lot of new servers that are actually like putting effort into modding and kind of making it like other games. Like I saw this one that was this one server that was really similar to League of Legends, which I thought was pretty cool because obviously it's Minecraft. But you know, there's some point where it's kind of just like you don't know, right? But yeah, those are my thoughts. Hopefully, there's some more Minecraft tournaments in the future, whether that be for like PvP, I guess building or speedrunning, like anything like that. I like to see. So yeah, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments.